wisdom of water. What can we know from water? We can bless water to bring more love, more light, more healing, blessing the water with love, divine healing, and then taking it in to mix with our water. 70% of our bodies are water, to impact the water in our being. So water, as Dr. Emoto showed through his experiments, carries messages. When he spoke love into water and he froze it, the crystals were so beautiful and so even and so magnificent. And then if he spoke hate into water and froze it, took out the crystals, they were all deformed and not very pleasant or pretty. So water really does carry messages. And since we are 70% water, there are messages being carried in ourselves. When we have also discovered that mind is in every cell of our body, not just in our brains as we thought it was. Mind is our knowingness throughout our entire body. Well, what is in every cell of our body but water? Is water really our mind? Is water the consciousness, the message that is in our being, in our cells? Is that our mind, our water? This is an interesting question to bring up. And then let us think of like fruits, right? A pear, for example. The juice in the pear, the water in the pear that is absorbed, the sunlight, right? From the sun directly hanging on the tree. Absorbed nutrients through the tree, right? And when you think of, like, if you look at a pear, the teeny little stem, and then that big fruit, and how this teeny stem, which is like the umbilical cord to the pear, has brought in the nutrition, but how much sunlight has come, and the water that came in through the stem into this being, into this pear that you're now biting into. But the water that came up from the roots of the tree, through the tree, right? Into the branch, into the stem, into the fruit. How the water and the sunlight connected into each other. And as you bite into the pear, the sweetness that you get, the feeling that you get from the water, the juices of this pear into your beingness as you are taking it into your own waters within your own body, how you're receiving the messages of the divine sunlight and of the Mother Earth's water into your being through eating this pear, right? And then what if you dry the pear so that the waters are evaporated, or perhaps the messages of the waters are concentrated as they are left in the dried aspect of the pear. There's still moisture there. There's still moisture. So do we have the concentrated sweetness, the concentrated message of divine solar Father, Son, and divine Mother Earth in that sweetness of the dried pear? As it mixes in with the waters in your whole being to kind of like a concentration when it's blended in with your waters, how it bursts and expands into a very mellow sweetness through your whole body. Water and the message of water. The message of water that is coming through my beingness, my water beingness, as I speak and as I convey a message, but not just in the sounds of the words, but in the energy vibration of the beingness of who I am. The water, the mind that is held in the water of every cell of my being that is expressing itself. And as it meets with you and you express yourself through the water of your beings, that has absorbed all the lights, all the waters of Mother Earth and the sunlights. Are we only water and light? Is that what we are? Water and light? As Einstein said, mass is energy and energy is mass. Nothing is created nor destroyed. So as we are created as water and light into what we experience as mass, we are really the sunlight of the Divine Father and the waters of the Divine Mother combined. And we may divide up the waters into different minerals and different elements of the earth, but ultimately it's some sort of flow, right? It's flow of energy and light. And if that's what I am and that's what you are, and as we exchange our breath and our water, I drink in water, I excrete water through my pores, through my urine, through the water that comes out of my lungs as well. Then it comes into the earth and it becomes part of the water that the tree that produces the pear brings water back into us. So I am taking in your waters and you are taking in my waters. So where are we distinguished into separate beings? It's only in the consciousness of our mind, right? The consciousness of our mind that is really our waters that flow from one being to the next. That becomes who we are, and we are. And we can name things. I can name myself Suna and think that it's a separate being than Mats or depression or anyone else out there. But it's just names which are like boxing water, right? We have a bottle of water that we could call Dasani water or Perrier water or whatever. And it's just a name on a water in that temporary form that then blends in with the other waters. So there's both an individual aspect of ourselves and a flowing oneness aspect of ourselves. So the more love that we speak into our waters here, the more love we are speaking into the flow of the waters, the oceans all around. And the more love we experience through that. And anything we speak into our waters, that's why we want to be conscious of what we're speaking into our waters. Anything we speak into our waters then affect the waters all around, the waters of the entire world, the waters of the people we love, the waters of our animals that we love, the waters of the plants and the trees. Whatever we speak into this water within us affects that water without us. That's why self-love is so important. And anytime we catch ourselves judging ourselves, being cruel to ourselves, saying things that are putting ourselves down, we are doing the same to all the waters all around us, all throughout the world, to people across the globe, to our loved ones. So we want to continue to really focus on consciously the self-love, the love, bringing in the sunlight of love from the Divine Father, the waters of love from Divine Earth, and to expand, enhance those loves through the love that we give to the waters of our being, our 70% being being water, our mind, our beingness. So consciously connect with the love in the water, blessing your water with love and healing, divine joy, love, expansion. Mixing that with the waters of your being and using the mind, which is your waters, to just resonate and expand love, beauty, compassion, trust, joy, bliss, and so be it.